All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for January 10. And it's been a crazy few days. I've been trying to renovate my room, repaint everything, and I still have a few things to do. So I've been out for a few days and been busy. But this is the first time I'm checking out the patch notes. It's a few days old as of when I'm reading this, but we get to look at everything together. Also, if there's an echo in the room, it's because all the sound stuff is changed. But anyway, so let's look at all of this and see what's happening. Voltarion, a brain horse that leaps through space like lightning. Yeah, I should probably say that this is the Global Lab patch notes, but it's translated from Korean to English. So I'll try to make it make sense and tell you what I know about it. So the Voltarion horse is the lightning one. There's apparently going to be a flying mount, like a dragon or something, and big lightning horse. And that's coming to the global or the live servers in a week or so. And yeah, what's interesting to hear all about this one. So, as Voltarion, who possessed the power of lightning, flavor text, it can do everything that we already know. That's actually kind of cool. And the big story of it coming soon. Courser's Spirit. I'm glad they added this one back, as if you have ever leveled up a tier 9 or a tier 10 horse, this is the skill you replace to get all the skills. And yeah, Courser's Spirit. And did they talk about how you'll be able to get it? Or is it one of those things where you just kind of get it by doing random activities in game and then you get it? So I don't know. I think it's cool, but they already gave us a tier 10, so this one has to be, different. And it also probably has to compete with the Doom Horse as well in terms of damage output if you're trying to make it something actually viable. The teleport is actually pretty nice. I just watched this thing. I was like, oh, cool. And then it looks like a super fast charge. I assume that when this comes to console, that is going to tank people's FPS. Good lord. But anyway. Let's see. More skills, movement. Let's see. Acceleration. So these are the base stats. All right, so let's see. HP and stamina are literally irrelevant for any horse. Just don't park it in stupid spots and you're good. Braking is kind of important, actually. Rotation is turn speed. That's also important. Acceleration, obviously, speed is important. So people get confused when it's speed and acceleration. So speed is fast straight line distance of how fast it goes. Acceleration is when you're bursting it, using the skills of it. So yeah, they are both important, but one is auto path speed and one is accelerating with the skill and stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, in terms of acceleration and speed, this is probably the best. I'm actually, Proposal is a Doom Horse, by the way. I'm actually kind of surprised that this one just across the board should beat out Doom. From my knowledge of all the horses, if you are active riding, let's say you're going from point A to B, but you're not autopathing, Doom Horse is probably the fastest one. But if you're going up in a straight line, Doom Horse will be the fastest one. But if you're cutting down, from Duvenkroon, jumping off a mountain, obviously the Ardenaut or the Pegasus will be good. And if you're running across the ocean, then Unicorn is straight up the best. So looking at these stats, it looks like in terms of active riding, the Voltarion horse is probably going to be the best. Braking is, you probably won't notice it unless you're trying to actual brake on a stop. And rotation is turn speed, so I guess that depends. Are you trying to turn corners and drift real fast? That might be a problem. But realistically, active riding, this is going to be the best one. And that's about it. Otherwise, Pegasus, Ardenaut, most likely still going to be the best one for your everyday experience, but it's good to collect them all in general. So we'll see how we get that one, and then I'll try to do that whenever it happens. So you get lightning traces from War of the Roses. I assume these are like, you get these and then that turns into the new Voltarion horse. So War of the Roses, Node Wars, Sieges, Black Shrine 8, 9, and 10, and Black Shrine, Deposed Crown. Dude, there are like, what, less than 5 groups on NA that can do Deposed Crown Prince on hard. It's just like, I don't know how they overtune one boss that's out of the ordinary. So like, for anyone who's ever done Black Shrines, like the solo ones, Duoxini, most of the green ones minus Sangoon are actually very difficult on Calamity 7, and well, then there's Sangoon, which is a face roll for most people. And yeah, just like the green ones are difficult, and then some of the blues and reds, not too bad. This is the same. Deposed Crown Prince on hard, actually kind of difficult. So yeah, we'll see. Most people are probably going to get them from Node Wars and Sieges, and probably 8, 9, 10 Sangoon. So that's how you get it. Very cool. And I wonder if you could sell these. So you turn into 300 lightning traces, get the horse. It's like straightforward. How do you get it? Very cool. Additions and improvements for the Deadeye class. Adjustments to Deadeye skill damage, ammo type improvements. Okay, so like when you're awakening, you get to burst and you get to pick what you do. So that's going to be changed. To facilitate smoother process through the boss slaying quests, the following texts have been added to the descriptions of the summoning. Did anyone actually have trouble with this? Like, to facilitate smoother progress, the following text: you must summon the scroll. I don't think anyone ever had a problem with this, but okay. Requests and knowledge, new diary, changes, background, NPC, all the cool stuff, and boarding. So I assume this is the growth simulator is being updated. Oh, that's good. So it's easier for people to get horses, and through exchange and enhancing breeding. So you can actually collect everything. They're changing the stat values of the horses, like base speed in general. So like all the horses are in theory supposed to be faster across the board, which is a good thing overall. But to the people who already have their horses at like 30 plus, I don't think anyone really wants to re-roll their horse, especially if yours is like level 80 or something. And then unless this is a retroactive change, then like it's good going forward. But for everyone who has base horses, probably not that great. Okay, so there's a new UI for your horses. That's pretty good. That's actually really nice. If we look at this one, basically this is like where your horse's stats are. Now it's more like the advanced stats like your character has in general. And horse brackets, apparently, of what your horse's stats are and all the different kinds you can get. I'm going to be honest, I never really bothered with all of the different types of horses, even back in the day. Like, all I wanted was the highest tier horse and, you know, like decent stats. I never really cared what they look like. Obviously, tier 9s and 10s are a little bit different because they look different. but for the most part, it's like as long as you get something decent, it's okay. You can add carriages. The maximum horse for tier 6 and 7 has been expanded to 100. I thought that was there already. I thought all horses max level was 100, but apparently it's only like tier 9s and 10s, so cool, I guess. If you have a tier 7, though, you should probably push it up to a tier 8, so unless you're keeping them for like collector's sake, it's no reason to ever be under I guess tier 9 or something. Okay. Extending the notepad features. Dude, I'm pretty sure in my videos, I am like the only person that actually uses this. And man, like I use it to keep track of things. And next time we're in game, I'll show you what mine looks like. I had like goals and stuff all written down back from like 2019, 2020. And it's like, oh, I want this. These are my goals for the year. So I should show you the notes that I had. But yeah, to finally actually expanding that, that's really awesome. Good for them. Okay, so next. Royal workshops. Workbench have been improved so you can check the crafting for the selected item. Oh, so you can check it while it's working. Okay, because before or right now, you have to cancel the current work task like while this is going off to check it. But this works while it's your worker is going. So that's a good change actually. Added an option to view pet and fairy name settings in the view category. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even care. Like, I don't even have my fairy showing. As long as it auto-pots for me, good. And Trader's Graveyard world map icon has been changed. I have a feeling that's one of the spots that they're gonna be expanding for like Dekia in the future or something. That's why they're changing it. Otherwise, like, why would you? There's a lot of other things that they can work on. So I have a feeling that this one's going to be like a Dekia, maybe an Elvia spot. I think Elvia, they kind of forgot about it. But yeah, they're going to do something in the future, most likely. All right, so fixes and changes. Let's see if there's anything important that most people care about. Aside from individual class changes, which is very specific. When successfully enhancing a weapon to stage 9 or 10, the weapon will no longer be automatically unregistered in the enhancement window. How many of you guys, aside from Tuvala, are at Sovereign, Nav, and or Deck? I doubt there's many because it's actually very difficult. All right, so various specific things. The issue where the grades of some items are not displayed when in the item engraving window, and improvement stone extraction. Cool. The issue where unnecessary error logs were recorded when strengthening a group has been fixed. Strengthening a group. The only thing I could think of that makes sense for this is group enhancing, which I have never once used. I don't even understand the point of that. It's like, why did they add that system into the game? It's like group enhancing, so everyone can enhance their pen black stars back in the day at the same time, and then when all four of you failed, you all feel bad. Or when one of you succeeds and the three of you fail, then I don't know, we just make more memes. I don't know. Overall, I think it's a stupid system. But, you know, it's whatever. Some people had fun with it, I guess. I've never used it. Just, like, I've never... I never cared for that. The phenomenon of the effect that illuminates the surrounding area when blinking and using certain skills such as Fairy, Morningstar has been fixed. I wonder if that's a specific fairy type, because you know how each fairy has a different color, like yellow, blue, green, or orange or yellow or something, red. I don't know. I have the blue one, and I'm not sure if it is a specific fairy. Oh yeah, and so finally, a mount that soars through the skies through Black Desert, Duskwing, will be coming soon. Basically, we talked about that in the very beginning, the flying mount. And, you know, if you introduce a flying mount that can get from point A to point B faster than your horse, then literally all horses are irrelevant. Therefore, they're probably not going to do that. So I wonder if it is for something special. So obviously it's not a permanent thing, but I wonder what the speeds and everything are going to be for that one. So if it's a time limited cash shop thing, that is actually going to annoy me so much. I really hope it's something you can just earn in game. Don't allow people to buy it through the cash shop. And also, like, even if it is a time limited thing, here's my theory. You know how they were testing those hot air balloons or like blimps and thingies in the air? Like, you've probably just been playing the game and you saw some like airships and stuff and the hot air balloon just flying around. I'm pretty sure they were testing it for like 5 years just for this. And, you know, air traffic and or how much that would cause lag. Because I remember reading patch notes like, I don't know, this is probably like 5 years ago or something, when they added those hot air balloons that no one uses. They said that like overall it would cause more lag in the game because there's like more particles and stuff to load into the game with like airships and everything, which ultimately it does not affect most people. It might affect console players, but I have no idea. So I hope this doesn't destroy the game. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a cool idea, but at the same time, it's like, is this going to be better than a tier 10, which in theory it should? Like, Dragon should move faster than a horse and get you from point A to B faster, but we'll see when it comes out. And hopefully it's not like a cash shop thing. So, yeah, with that said, those are the patch notes for today. As a quick recap and review, we're getting Lightning Horse. Lightning Horse, pretty good. If you have your tier 10 and you're happy with it, don't worry about it. It's not going to make or break the game. Is everyone going to be switching to new horse? No. Is it going to be nice to collect in the future? Yeah. But just look at this, and you may be like, oh, big speed, move faster. Depends on what you're doing. And so, assuming it does not have any special effects like, you know, running on water, flying like the Pegasus, or a triple burst like Doom, I think it's just another nice horse to get in the future. But luckily, we just have to collect these lightning traces and do all these things, and it's not RNG enhancing, so, or breeding, I guess you can say. So I think that's okay. We'll look at it in the future. But with that said, yeah, a lot of horse changes this week. That's about it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Peace.